Okay, so for many of you who don't know, I am heading to college. I am pretty much a junior, so I'm heading back this Friday, which it's March 6th, if I remember correctly for date-wise. So here's pretty much going to be a short video of where our plants are, for where I have them set up, as well as roughly where they / when they need to be watered. And yes, I know these guys are not looking happy, especially for a couple of them, which I probably will look at before I go. So my begonias are here, and by tomorrow, actually, by probably Friday, they'll need to be watered, more or less. Best we can tell is when the soil is dry. So if you also touch it, these are still damp. That's looking damp still. These guys pretty much are under my grow lights, but these need at least once a week bottom watering. That's why they're in this container. So my peperomias, which are all right here, I don't know if I want to take one with me. I'm a little iffy on it. Overall, they can be top watered or put into a bottom container similar to this, done once a week, but they're all in bright light. I also have another begonia right here, also needs probably once or twice a week depending on heat and stuff. Since I'm not going to be running my space heater, since I'm not going to be here, should probably be once a week. Micans, once a week or whenever the pot feels light. This is still a little heavy, so good till probably Saturday. Once a week, thoroughly till that water's coming out of the bottom, since it isn't a terracotta. My two Hoyas back there, as well as my other Hoya up here. Those don't need to be watered unless the leaves are very soft and malleable, which since I just watered all of them this week, they don't need to be watered for a while. I have a heartleaf fern, which is not looking too happy, but him, it's whenever the soil is dry, so probably twice or more a week. So I should probably move him up. This one here, who literally reminds me of a African violet because the leaves are so fuzzy, at least once or more a week. My Skin Aptus Pictus Argyrius, which is this one here, at least once a week or whenever the pot is light. I just watered it recently, so it should be fine. My Silver Philodendron, which some leaves are not, but this is like the newest leaf it put out, very small, which it's still maturing. At least once a week, or at least when the pot is light. Currently, it is a little heavy, so probably till the weekend or something. This one at least once a week. This one at least twice a week. This one once every other week. Or if you lift up the pot, light, which is this is not light, that's heavy, so that can wait a while till the next watering. My sensitive plants, if you can't tell below, they're folded up, some of them. That is whenever the topsoil, very light watering, as whenever the topsoil is dry. These guys, the shamrock, are once a week. Purple passions, whenever they look droopy like that one right here. Or, so basically once or twice a week. This mican I might bring with me, maybe. But this one is at least once every so week. Definitely stick your finger in. Since I just watered it, it's not going to need any water. Jackfruit once a week or whenever the pot is very light when you lift it up. My pothos here, whenever the soil is very dry or when you pick it up, it is very light, so this needs to be watered. These guys are fine with watering top down straight in because it has the actual catcher and doesn't even get to roots. So at least once a week or so, probably twice, but definitely look in, see if there's water, or add a little if there's a small amount. I'm going to be taking this one with me, probably with those little containers hanging in, but these guys at least once or twice a week. This guy, I'll probably have to look, but not as often. I did move him from the original aquarium I had him in. but this is them in a terrarium. Can you view the grow light? Pothos, again, took cuttings from that one there. Once a week. This guy, once a week, or if you look at the pot, very light. This guy, since it's a bird's nest fern, at least once a week, bottom water, because the middle part doesn't like getting wet. Same for this one, once a week. I did water it today when I take this video. So this one doesn't need to be watered until a week from now, roughly. Give it a good soak or bottom water it. And let's see. These are some of them. Plants I'm taking, as well as a couple that are in there. Now these ones over here, as you can tell there's water in here. Did water this one. I would not be surprised if this one decides to kick the bucket. It was rotten down to where it cut it. So I'm not going to be surprised if it dies while I'm gone. I'll be sad, but I'm not going to be surprised. That won't need to be watered for another month plus. That could probably be watered once every so often. These guys need to be watered once or more a week. Best way to tell if it's all droopy, like if it's telling a flop. So it pretty much just goes all against the soil. And yes, this one's not looking happy. But these guys are very vocal when they want water. Whenever the pot is very light, this is not light yet, so this can wait probably a few more weeks. That one I just watered, and I know it's not looking too good, but it's a dragon fruit plant. So probably whenever the pot is very light, I just watered it. Let me see. Probably wait another week or two. My Monstera deliciosa, which is in front of the east facing window here. Once a week, but definitely lift up the pot to make sure it's thoroughly dry, because it likes drying out. This one once a week. Same for this guy. And then this one as well, once a week. This one once every other week. Good way to tell is by feeling the leaves. This one I just watered, so probably from at least a couple weeks from now. So from March 3rd, water it. This one is fine, so water it once a week when the soil is dry. Every so often, because both of those are orchids. This one once a week. Especially double, also check if the pot is light when you lift it, as usual. These are all cuttings right here, so always refill them when done. Water every so often because they're cactuses. Once a week roughly. Same for this. Basically most of these here are like once a week. This one definitely lift up the pot. It's a little light but not too light. But overall, once a week. And I have some over here as well, and then some in my bathroom, which some of them are ferns. So once a week, which, let's see, at least once a week, but not now. There's one down there, which I think I might pull up. That is once a week or so. Here's a puppy dog. So I have 2 Begonias here. Water these once a week, but definitely check if the pots are a little light, especially this one, because it's easier to get out. I did water these ones slightly, but I'll probably double check before I go. Once a week for these guys, because I don't need a lot. I have my Marima balls, which I just put into here. Change out the water when it starts looking munky. This guy, water whenever it is light. So you actually have to lift up the pot, because that is still heavy enough. Rabbit's fern, and that's a staghorn. This one is water once a week, or whenever the pot is light, so very light watering, or at least miss the roots. Bustin fern, this one's good. Refill this with water, it drops. Water him once or twice a week. Probably twice a week to be on the safe side, but double check if the pot is light or dark to the touch because it's bright by the heater vent. Alrighty. Succulents once a week. Refill this with cutting. Once every so often, especially with the light. Money tree does not need a lot. Succulents and stuff, keep an eye on because they're about the heating vent. So probably twice or more a week since it's right by direct heat, or move them so they're not in direct heat. Here's another puppy dog. You waiting for me to get out? And here's my turtle. This one's not going to be missing me much. This one will be all mopey for probably the next couple of days, so yeah, there we go. Hey Rose, are you a big baby? You wanna go to bed? You wanna go to bed?